This is your Daily Detroit, sharing what to know and where to go in Metro Detroit. I'm Jer Stays.
And I'm Cheyenne Nocerini. It's Thursday, September 19th, 2019. Amazon may open a facility on the site of the old Silverdome and has placed an order to buy 100,000 electric delivery vans from Rivian.
A local strip club was shut down, and it's owned by a tycoon with a middle finger statue in his backyard.
The city of Detroit is getting a grant for self-driving car testing.
I-75 is going to be a special kind of mess this weekend.
The Somerset Collection is opening a permanent spot in downtown Detroit.
And I stopped by the Detroit RiverFront Conservancy to talk about the progress along the water's edge and a new cigar and cocktail event this weekend, Smoke on the River.
All that right after this.
This episode of Your Daily Detroit is brought to you by Digital Summit Detroit. That'll be September 25th and 26th at Cobo Center. The lineup includes Seth Godin, NBA Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman, Rand Fishkin, plus more than 55 in-depth digital marketing, design, and strategy sessions from YouTube, Ford, Quicken Loans, Cars.com, and many more. Visit DigitalSummitDetroit.com for more information and use promo code DD50 to save $50 on any ticket. I'm going to start with a couple of important pieces of news from Amazon that impact Metro Detroit. First, it was revealed late Wednesday night that Amazon is looking at building a distribution and fulfillment facility in Pontiac on the site of the old Silverdome. The $250 million project is expected to create more than 1,500 jobs, and it'd be the first fulfillment center and delivery station in the nation for Amazon. According to a presentation to the city of Pontiac, wages would start at $15 an hour. Although a final decision is a while away, the timeline is short. Amazon said that they plan to have the delivery station running in the third quarter of next year and the fulfillment center in the back half of 2021. But wait, there's more. Jeff Bezos has another trick up his sleeve involving, well, our beloved Metro Detroit. At an event at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., Nathan Bomey from USA Today tweeted that Amazon is buying 100,000 electric delivery vehicles from Rivian. Rivian is a Plymouth, Michigan-based pseudo-startup that has developed not only prototype vehicles, but a skateboard platform to put a variety of automotive designs on. The first vehicles built by Rivian for Amazon would hit the road in 2021. To give you a context of the scale of this order, in all of 2018, Tesla delivered a bit more than 245,000 electric vehicles, and General Motors had sold less than 15,000 units in 2019. So here's my 2 cents real quick. I know there are a lot of folks wondering why not order from Tesla, but beyond the fact Amazon is a significant investor in Rivian, having seen the Rivian tech for myself, it's a lot closer to being ready than people think, and it's not built to be flashy or get headlines. It's built to be a universal platform that sits inside others' designs, and this is a big deal. If this works, and that's a big if, some of the big three need to watch out because their cash cows of SUVs and trucks could very well be next. Well, except for Ford, they're investors in Rivian too. The Penthouse Club up on 8 Mile in Detroit has been locked up after a judge ordered they close for a year and sell all their fixtures. This is in light of the city of Detroit's law department accusing that the club has allowed acts of prostitution and drug use inside of it over a number of years. The Penthouse Club has been suspended and ticketed before. The club is owned by Alan Markovitz. If that name sounds familiar, he's been the center of lawsuits around paying dancers, and he's the guy who bought a house next to his ex-wife's new place and erected a $7,000 middle finger statue in his backyard facing his ex and her husband's house.
In my opinion, that's a special kind of petty. I understand he even keeps it lit at night.
No words.
The city of Detroit is getting a $7.5 million grant for self-driving vehicle testing. It's part of a larger $60 million federal program. It'll implement what's called the Cooperative Automation Research Mobility Application Level 3 platform, focused on mobility, safety, and endurance of self-driving cars. The city of Detroit will provide $2.25 million in support over 3 years for traffic signals, resurfacing, restriping, and signage. The hope is, with these technologies, that safety is improved for drivers and pedestrians. Here's Michigan Senator Gary Peters at the announcement.
And as we sit here, we know that on our highways, nearly 40,000 people die every year on our highways. And we have the potential with the technology that's being developed here at the Department of Transportation and great thought centers all across the country to nearly eliminate that.
All right, Shai, how do you feel about Michigan's unofficial state flower, the construction barrel?
Oh, I mean, how can you not love the bright orange of the construction barrel?
It's got such a long season, so many months, and we've got even more of them showing up. I wanted to give you the heads up that the roads around I-75 in Oakland County are going to be a special kind of hell this weekend, as I-75 in both directions will be closed from I-696 to Square Lake Road. MDOT says crews will remove the Dallas Avenue overpass between Royal Oak and Madison Heights. Also, up and down I-75, they will repair sections of the pavement. The closure will begin at 11 p.m. Friday and end by rush hour Monday morning.
Yeah, we're gonna all get together and we're gonna go
The Somerset Collection is finally putting a ring on it and opening a permanent store in the Metropolitan Building in downtown Detroit this winter. The Somerset Collection has had a presence downtown since 2010 with their City Loft pop-up, the Detroit Shop, and Santa's Workshop. That'll make it the first retail spot in the recently renovated building in 40 years. If you don't remember, we did a whole episode on this building and the hotel, and I'll link to it in the show notes. This new retail shop is called the Somerset Collection Studio and will have rotating brand displays, personal stylists, and locker delivery.
Okay, I need help here. I'm the shopping stupid. Why would I want locker? What is this locker delivery thing? Do I get lockers? I'm confused.
So it's actually where you can order something from Somerset Collection up in Troy at one of their 180 stores, and then they'll deliver it and they'll put it in a locker and you'll get a code for it. Kind of like Amazon at 7-Eleven.
That seems okay. Like if I worked like downtown office workers, I can totally see that now. That makes sense.
Exactly.
So I headed to the RenCen to chat with William Smith from the Detroit RiverFront Conservancy. We chatted about the progress of projects on the water's edge and a new cigar event, Smoke on the River. So another successful year, I take it. What's been happening at the RiverFront Conservancy?
There's been a ton of construction going on. We've had a fun summer of programming. We just finished up an event last Friday, our soiree on the Greenway, which was on the DeQuinta Cut. It was an amazing, amazing event. We got Harvest Fest coming up in October, and then, our event that is coming up on the West Riverfront, Smoke on the River.
So there has been a lot going on in the last couple of years. What do you think's kind of driven all of this progress? Because if you look up and down the riverfront, even just from a few years ago, like things have changed in a major way.
Yeah, I think, it's a testament to, our organization and our focus on the riverfront. We've been going at this now since 2003, trying to make the space on the riverfront less industrial and more for the public. So, now it's just a culmination of all of the hard work that we've done over the years. We have a beautiful, beautiful park that'll be opening next to the Aretha. It's Robert C. Valet Park, and that'll be coming up in a couple weeks. So that's one of the construction projects. We'll be finally making that final connection to the Uniroyal site, where we'll connect Mount Elliott Park to Gable Shard Park under the Belle Isle Bridge, and that'll be under construction here in March. We'll be building a boardwalk that'll take you from the old Joe Louis Arena area over to the West Riverfront, and that's a boardwalk that'll go in front of Riverfront Towers, and then we'll make that final connection over at West Riverfront Park, soon to be known as Ralph C. Wilson Park, once we're done the construction in 2022. So just a lot of momentum, and it's a testament to just our organization and what we've done over the last 16 years.
It's one of the most visible areas of change in the city. What do you think kind of sparked it all off? Like what got the ball really rolling in a way that hadn't in previous years?
I think you just had a bunch of leaders at the time. Back in 2003, you had the partners of General Motors, you had the City of Detroit, and Kresge Foundation that came together and said, hey, we want to give this riverfront back to the City of Detroit and the constituents of the Southeast Michigan. Put their heads together with a blue ribbon panel and just kind of figured out how to piece by piece make this riverfront a special place. We worked with private property owners who kind of put their heads in with us as well. And so we have about 7 private properties that we've turned into public space as well. So shout out to those private owners who said, hey, we want to see our riverfront come back as well. So again, it's just a testament to all of the hard work. Folks like Matt Cullen, Faye Nelson, David Page, Mark Wallace put together over the years.
All right, let's talk cigars.
Yes.
I am excited about this. Can you talk a little bit about Smoke on the River? Because I mean, at first I think Smoke on the Water, and that's a whole different song. But can you talk about this? Because I mean, cigars. There's a beautiful, riverfront. What's going on?
So basically, it was kind of a conversation that I had with La Casa Cigars when La Casa basically changed one of their line cigars, 20 Minutes in Detroit, changed it to the Riverwalk because a lot of their cigars in their 20-minute line are named after special places, 6 Mile and Grand River and different streets. And I said, you need a Riverwalk cigar. And so they worked on that. So that conversation started a few years ago with La Casa. We had a great partnership with Soaring Eagle Casino for the last 12 years with River Days. And so we kind of put our heads together to come up with an event that we felt was suitable for a beautiful backdrop like the riverfront and that some cigar aficionados would love. And so it's going to be an outdoor festival, where folks can come out, great food trucks, great music, great cigars, and kind of just enjoy the scenery.
All right, so I got to ask, what's your go-to cigar of choice?
My go-to is probably the Liga Privada number 9. Yeah, that's my go-to.
Smoke on the River is at West Riverfront Park this Saturday afternoon from 3 to 8 p.m. Tickets start at $75 and run up to a VIP experience at $225. But there are drinks, there are stogies, and there is food. If you're VIP, you even get in an hour early. The general admission tickets include 15 cigars, and I can't even with that many. I've smoked a few cigars. That's a lot. The proceeds all go to the nonprofit Detroit RiverFront Conservancy, and you can find out more and get tickets at smokeontheriver.com.
Jer, even though I'm not a cigar person, I know people who would really like that one. Well, I'm Cheyenne Noserini. Thanks for listening to Your Daily Detroit.
And I'm Jer Stays. Take care of each other, and we'll see you around Detroit.
For traffic signals, resurfacing, restripping, and signage.
Restriping.
What?
Restriping, because it's striping the road, not stripping the road. That's the last story. Stripping was the last story.
Okay.